brought to you by the Coleman Dental Group.
All right, first and foremost, Lord, just tell you it's going to rain. AL.com is saying Tennessee Valley weekend weather, strong rain chances, cooler temps. What's the rain forecast stand down for Baton Rouge? It's going to be like,
rain, yeah.
That may be in Auburn's favor.
I don't know. I'd like for Nick to be able to throw the football a little bit, but anything, we'll take anything we can get down there.
Well, what do you have, 16.5 point underdog?
Probably. I hadn't looked at
Matthew,
it.
you picked Auburn in an upset, aren't you?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
All right, let me start with this right here. Parents of the year. Madison pair accused of being drunk while toddler ate detergent pod and died. Now, they've been investigating this for a year. Court records say the parents of an 18-month-old girl who died after eating dishwashing detergent may not have immediately helped the girl because they were both heavily intoxicated on prescription drugs and alcohol. How on earth can you be that out of it? The kid accidentally swallowed a detergent pod. I guess they're talking about something. Yeah. How big is a detergent pod? A swallow?
About the size of a quarter.
About the size of a quarter?
Yeah.
But they're both been released on $6,000 bond.
Are you kidding?
$6,000 bond each. You can kill somebody, and you know.
Wow.
Man. Roads closed. Don't forget I mentioned this earlier. Tomorrow, do not get on Highway 72. Starting at 11 o'clock tomorrow, they always say 150,000 motorcycles. I ain't never seen that many motorcycles. I've been covering that thing forever. You know, it might be 5,000 or 6,000 come through. That thing ain't nothing like it used to be. But anyway, Valley gears up. Decatur Day this morning. Likely weather won't stop Saturday's event. They do rain or snow. We ain't going to snow tomorrow, but rain or sleet or whatever, they just keep on going. But they'll be riding from here to Waterloo. All right, and also USA Today this morning says Gulf could see tropical storm. Have you seen video from Acapulco?
I have not.
Have you not?
No.
They showed a Costco. Have you seen the video?
I don't know.
Water was, about this deep in Costco. People were looting it, carrying out flat screen televisions, everything. Tourists cannot get off the island.
Oh, wow.
Everything is flooded down there, even the airport.
Whoa.
So they're taking them to a military base and protecting everybody there. They, thousands and thousands of people over that way. Hey, a great story this morning on the Decatur Daily on a half century as a Golden Eagle. Tink Hargrove has been an Athens High School fan for 50 years. Tonight, when the Athens High School faces muscle shows, it's going to be hard to beat them. An ardent fan will be sitting in his usual seat on row 13 at Golden Eagle Stadium. David Tink Hargrove plans to attend the game by himself. He will be parked in the spot that's been reserved for him for 38 years. He's 76 years old, part of a group of faithful Golden Eagle fans who have been attending football games for more than 50 years. So good for him. Athens Cemetery Historical Walking Tour is this Sunday at 2 o'clock over at the cemetery over here. We've covered that a couple of times when everybody's kind of dressed up. And of course, that's Buzz out front there, so don't forget that. That's at 2 o'clock. That is a free event. It's really worth going to see if you're into history and stuff, and these people portraying their ancestors, basically. You know, what they were over there years ago. I didn't want to portray any of mine. I'm afraid of what they might have been. What about you, Matthew?
Well, I don't know. I haven't researched too much. You never know what you'll find.
Yeah, I don't want to research mine either because Autumn Color Cruise coming up at the Optimist Club. It's out of the paper over in East Lauderdale News. East Lauderdale News. Roger Optimist Club is sponsoring the Autumn Color River Cruise. The first week shoreline beside Joe Whitter State Park. That will be October 12th, so y'all sign up for that. Here's the big news, Stan. You might be able to say something about this. Food stamps.
Okay.
Not that you're on them or anything. No. House passage yesterday, a GOP plan to cut food stamp program by $39 billion over the next 10 years. All right, and he goes on down here to say the cost of food stamps, known officially as the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, has exploded, Mark, over the past decade. In 2001, there were 17 million people on food stamps at a cost of $15 billion. By June of this year, there were 48 million people enrolled in the program at an annual cost of $75 billion.
Right.
Now, why is that, Stan?
Well, I think you have an effort in Washington right now to make people more dependent on government rather than less dependent on government. And it'll have a terrible effect, really, on the productivity of Americans.
Does it not amaze you if you've ever been at the grocery store and you're behind someone that is paying with food stamps the quality of items that they get? Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just shocking that
buying cigarettes and Reese's peanut butter cups.
Exactly.
48 million people at $75 billion. That's a lot of folks.
I mean, some people really need it. And so many don't.
All right, moving on. Another sad story out of Spring City, Tennessee. Boy forced to eat cigarettes and drink dish soap. How'd that go, Frank?
Not too good.
A deputy testified the death of a 5-year-old Tennessee boy following punishment because he would not go to sleep, that included eating cigarette butts, and drinking dish soap. According to the sheriff's department there, during a preliminary court hearing, the 29-year-old mama and her boyfriend, 22-year-old, both are charged with murder and aggravated child abuse. The couple had been charged initially with abuse and neglect after they told officers the boy received the injuries in a fall. They were lying. Preliminary autopsy showed that the boy suffered injuries from the head, face, and back that had been forced to consume soap and cigarettes because he would not go to sleep. Here's what the mother said. We both had whipped the kid for not going to sleep, but Landon would never take them seriously and would just laugh at us. So he hated to be laughed at so he could whip him more and more. The boyfriend did. She told police the night before he died, the boy again refused to go to sleep. The ashtray was on the counter, so we let him pick up the butts and eat them. He probably ate about 5 or 6 and threw up on the floor. So I gave him a gallon jug of dish soap and made him take a big gulp. Now this is the mama telling this. We sent him outside to run, playing, and thinking maybe that would tire him out where he would go to sleep. Instead, the kid died the next morning.
Wow.
It's a sad world we live in.
It is. Do you have any good stories you can share with us this morning?
Well, no, here's another one. But this one ain't that bad. The Tennessee judge has changed their mind and now allowed the parents to name their baby Messiah. Mathew, what do you think about that?
Name your baby whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's your kid. You can name him as you wish. You know, I mean, I'm not sure I'd name my kid that, but you know.
A Tennessee woman will be allowed now to name her 8-month son Messiah. Judge ruled yesterday, overturning an order from another judge that said the boy's name should be changed to Martin, not Messiah, because that is reserved for Jesus Christ only.
Well, that would be my belief, but at the same time, it's a slippery slope when the government comes in and starts telling you what you can and can't do. So.
The judge said labeling this child Messiah places an undue burden on him that as a human being he cannot fulfill.
Because he might grow up and be a mess.
I just don't see how a judge can step in and start naming kids. Now,
Right.
Well, but they
That's all there is to it.
so.
That boy can change his name when he gets old enough if he wants to.
Yeah.
You remember the old country music song, A Boy Named Sue?
Yeah.
You never know how that might be used, you know?
Good one.
And thought that stand in quite some while. All right, let's talk a little football right here. Stingy SEC, USA Today this morning riding rare wave of offense. This would put your father's Southeastern Conference or your older brother's SEC in last season's SEC. It says Saturday's going into Texas A&M. Alabama allowed 628 yards of offense, the highest total in the program's history, and still won, like you just said, 49-42.
Our offense looked good, though.
Yeah,
really good.
Thank goodness they did.
Now they're on the
defense.
defense.
And then let's talk about the big game this weekend, the road less travel. Both of these guys used to play at Georgia, didn't they, Stan?
They did. Sure did. Both those quarterbacks.
So it's going to be
how's Georgia going to feel if they were to lose to both Auburn and LSU this year? Oh, my gosh. I'm sure they're happy with Aaron Murray, but you can imagine what they would say if Marshall and Mecklenburg come in there and beat them.
So what do you think is going to happen tomorrow night?
Auburn 22-21.
Well, at least you're optimistic.
Oh, Stan, good. He's gotta
You and
be.
John Dees think alike. I'll say it that way. What do you think tomorrow night?
I think LSU will beat them. I'd go 21-14.
You think it'll be that close? Don't go too far on a limb there, Matthew.
Well, you know, I mean, I think so. Yeah, I think it'll be a good game.
I hope it's going to
Auburn's
be a
looked
good
pretty
game.
good so far.
Yeah.
Well, Malzahn said that Marshall has looked. What's the article said? Looks like it's made a real difference. 1 week has made a difference in Marshall.
I'm going to predict LSU probably beat them 30 points.
Goodness.
It's possible.
No,
it's entirely possible.
I just want to see what you say.
No, it's
we
entirely
got a
possible.
house full in here this morning. We'll carry on here in just a moment, so we're going to try to maybe.
All good from here on out.
Yeah, I'm done for the day, except talking to these
No
guys
more
here in
bad
just a minute.
news.
Anyway, thank y'all for getting up with us. You can always go to YouTube too as soon as the program's over by 9 o'clock. ZTV Cooper and catch everything on a replay. Y'all especially need to go back and see Wednesday's edition of the program when Roy was up here. Tell us if we keep eating bacon and cheeseburgers, we're going to be more. Chicken, yeah.
You're going to be more girly.
Yeah, check that
Than you wanna
out.
be.
That was a funny thing on there, too. We'll take a break right now on this Friday morning. This is Cooper Company Live. Y'all hang on.